Hey traders, Crash here doing a how to trade the MNQ/NQ discussion using the impact trading system. Today's date is the 8th of February 2024. And just briefly before we get started, quick disclaimer, you know the drill. I'm not a professional trader. I don't offer trading advice. I'm not recommending trades. Do your own research. I accept no liability whatsoever for any loss or damage you may incur. All right, now that's out of the way. I have two charts here side by side. In our impact trading system, we have four core components. We have something called the NAVDAR system, which is an advanced price and time cycle rotation methodology that gives us certain prices throughout the day within certain time frame windows. Again, certain prices within certain time frame cycles throughout the day. It's both a multi-day cycle system and an intraday rotation system combined. On top of that, we have the iSnipe system, which is this left screen, and we have the iStructure system, which is the right screen. So for today in general, was a market after trend day, basically a neutral range day after the ES hit 5,000 yesterday. Yesterday was the end of a multi-day cycle, so we were looking for some kind of pullback to reset the new multi-day cycle. We got a shallow decline, which can be seen off this 1 minute chart here. And just for reference, I'm using the MNQ on the right, the NQ on the left, just so you can see the similarities, and we're on Pacific Standard Time. We had 104 handles only today, so very small, compact range compared to yesterday. We had 245 handles. So just as an overview of the day, here's the pre-market unemployment claims news. At 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. You can see that the market overnight in Globex came down and tagged our pre-identified daily low target of 1. And it's around this area where we start developing our ace line, so we know we're getting some support in here. The unemployment claims came down, spiked down, hit the pivot point basically, and then popped back up into kind of just a chop zone here at the market open at 6:30. For our particular cycle today, we were expecting a move down after the market opened, which is called our spill down. And then we were looking for a morning high, which we got up in this general area. And then quickly after that, we were looking for an AM low to be followed by a mid-AM high, seen here. Then we had a pullback until they gave the 30 bond auction, in which case we spiked up and then did some more chop, until we were looking for a PM low here in this time frame. This ended up being a pullback to our bull bear line in the sand. It also happened to be a 65% retracement from lows to highs from the previous day. And then we ended up closing into a PM high going into market close. The reason I wanted to show this is because after a market trend day and you get a lot of chop, it's kind of hard to figure out where to trade. I wanted to just show you some of the big picture items that the impact trading system can offer you. Number one, we get the cycle rotations. Again, these are price targets that are in these specific time windows. You can see that we have two clouds. We have a base cloud, which is the shaded red, shaded green area here. And then we have a lime green and a magenta pink cloud. This chart is very scrunched to show you the whole day. But basically when the guns cloud, the magenta and lime green cloud comes above the base cloud, then we're looking for pullbacks to the blue eagle line and the red viper line to start off with. These are very powerful moves, and you can see that as we get the first viper line here, we get a very strong reaction up into the AM high. Then we come down and chop, and we get a couple of retraces and bounces off of the eagle line back up to this mid PM, and then we come down waiting for the bond auction, and it does a little double bottom here off of our B29 line, our Mustang line, again for another little bounce up, and then a pull back into the PM low, which we were expecting. And again, we had confluence right here with the bull bear line in the sand and the 65% Fibonacci retracement. What's interesting is that when you get into chop, the iSnipe system helps you learn to play from extreme to extreme. And on this particular chart, you can see that we had the unemployment claims over here. And if you look at the unemployment claims on the iSnipe chart over here, you can see that we ended up hitting an extreme ITS, impact trading system, bull line at 31. So we find the extremes on the iSnipe chart, and it helps us figure out how to go from one extreme to another extreme. And in this case, we come up here to this extreme level right here, and then we come back to a spill, which ends up being at the next line, major line in progression up. So the spill down comes to the ITS 20 line. Then if we continue to make the climb up to the next major line, you can see that we're up here at this brown line where we do a double top, and then we pull back again into this blue line area, in which case we make it a turn to go up to the top of the charts up here, where we make an AM high, a double top. And just to kind of show you, once we pull back to this larger target, then we want to see specific pullbacks to the next lines that are bull lines up, and you can see that we have it here in this region between the blue and the green ITS line. Come up, make a double top, and then since we've hit the blue line, now we're going to come down here and we're going to hit the green line. We hit the pink line right here at the mid AM high, came down, hit the bull 20, and then came back and hit the purple. So if you look at it in progression, I know it's kind of hard to follow, but we hit this line here, we come down to the blue. We come up here, we hit the double top, we come down to the green. We've already hit the pink here, so now we're coming up from the green to do the next line in progression, which is the purple. And the pattern just repeats over and over and over again. There is obviously a learning curve to be able to understand exactly the relationship between the lines and which ones to take. But again, you can just see that if you're looking at this chop zone right here, and you're like, where do I trade? Well, you trade the extremes, right? One extreme to the next extreme. The next extreme in line to the next extreme in line. These extremes generally have confluence with other factors. So for example, as we've already said, this line right here, extreme was the 30-year bond auction price. And then this low here, which was the PM low, was a 65% retracement. It was also a Bookmap Market Pulse VPI, and this is something that I wanted to explain to you, but just briefly before doing it. So we've hit this peak, then we hit this peak, and then we hit this peak after hitting this bottom, and this bottom. Now let's take a look at something else that helps us out. We use 4 components within the impact system: the iSnipe chart, the iStructure chart, the timing cycles, and then we use Bookmap. So if we're looking at Bookmap just briefly here, they have a great tool. Besides being able to see all the order flow, you get to see something that's in beta testing right now, which is the Market Pulse VPI spike indicator. And you can see, just for example, at 9:30 and 11:30. So if we go back to our normal charts, 9:30 and 11:30, we're basically having the AM high, and to 11:30 the PM low. So back to the NQ, the mid AM high to the PM low. You can see right here that we have green Market Pulse VPI spikes co-joined with this orange CVD cumulative volume delta line. It peaks here, and as the price comes down, you can see that we make a low for the PM, and we have the Market Pulse spike co-joined with the Bookmap CVD line. So this combination is a great combination. The VPI spike, when it's co-joined with the CVD line at peaks, show you a change in momentum, a change in direction in the stock market. And it helps with that market timing cycle rotation that we teach here, called the NAVDAR system. All right, everybody, I think that's probably pretty much it for showing the market today. I want to keep this video short. Please subscribe and like. Hit me up on Discord at CrashF16. Follow us on YouTube at the Impact Trading System. And we look forward to another great trading day with you guys tomorrow. Crash out. Thanks.